Fighters, your eyes have been opened. You are done shortchanging yourself and stealing from your family by underpricing your services. Today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm going to dig in a little bit with you and share with you how do you break the news to your loyal existing client base that your prices are going way up. Let's go. All right, fighters, what's going on? As you can see, I am not in Fight HQ. I'm not in our normal place. I don't have my normal lights and my normal mics. I'm actually out in Los Angeles right now. I've been here for several weeks, on and off, back and forth, filming some episodes as the host of a new show on HGTV. And it's been quite the ride, I'll tell you. Over the past several months, they approached me and worked this thing out, wanted me to host this show that will be aired in 2021 on HGTV. And first of all, I just want to thank you guys because they found me on this channel. They have people that look for people that want to do stuff like this, and I never wanted to do it. I was not pursuing it, but because of the engagement and the energy and the passion and all that stuff that we have here because of you guys, they tapped me on the shoulder, we had a conversation, and I'll do an episode down the road to talk about that as well. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty of this video, why you clicked on this thing. Because if you clicked on this, you want to figure this shit out with raising prices on your existing client base. Because at some point you woke up, the light went off for you, you are full of conviction, no way am I ever going to do jobs for cheap ever again. Then the phone rings. And it's your first client ever. Remember that client, that person that gave you your shot. They love you. They refer you. They think you're amazing. What are you going to do? Are you going to cave like a cheap lawn chair? Or are you going to stick to that conviction that you've been developing over time now as you've learned your numbers and really realized that, man, as great as it was having all this work, I ain't making any fucking money. All right, so that's a problem. So guys, I want to share a few things with you, just certain mindsets and little strategy, tactic shit here to help you prepare for when that happens. And the first is this. Number one, you have to get your mind right about it, between your ears, okay? You are not being unfair. You're not fucking them over. Okay, you're not being disloyal to them in any way, shape, or form. You have to get your thinking right around this, number one, okay? And with that, it also is you must be a person of value to yourself. How do you see yourself? If you see yourself as $1,000 a week person, then that's all you're ever going to make, okay? And guys, you're worth $1,000 a day if you're adding value to your clients. This whole getting your mind right about it. I had a guy a number of years ago, was a landscaper. His name was Rick, really good dude. And we were going over his numbers, and he was a landscaper, but he had a bulk of his business that was grass cutting. And as Rick and I sat down to work on his numbers and learn about his business, and he was over $1 million business, by the way. Or I'm sorry, he was about an $800,000 a year business. He's realizing that his average cut on these lawn maintenance clients that he had was about $40 of revenue per cut per week or whatever the hell it was. It was several years ago. I don't remember all the details exactly, but you're going to get my point here. And when all was said and done, his gross profit was low. They were inefficient, all this shit, you know, that happens with something like that. He was making less than $8 of net profit, okay? His gross profit was maybe around $16, $15, $14 per cut, okay? He had 100 people. I remember that detail. There were exactly 100 weekly clients, and so he had this crew out cutting grass the whole week to bring in about $4,000. Think about that, to bring in about $4,000. And I had to get Rick's head right around this, which included a headlock. and a little nuggie, or noogie. What do you call those? Noogie? Nuggie? Noogie? I don't know. I encouraged Rick to raise his prices by 100%, meaning he would go from $40 to an average of $80 a cut. He was going to double his prices because that was the only way it was going to make sense, where he was going to make the money that it was worth it. And he couldn't let go of this because he was like, oh, but this feeds all my other landscape work and my hardscapes and this and that. I'm like, dude, get out of your own fucking way here. Get out of your head. Let's look at the math. It could still be a feeder program to your other shit. If you've been adding value, great value and service to these people, they will gladly pay. He didn't believe me, didn't raise his prices 100%. He wussed out, little chicken shit that he was, and he's a good guy. He's a friend of mine, and he raised his prices. It was like 62%. Okay, so he went from $40 to $65 or some shit like that. It was like right in that range. What do you think happened? Out of the 100, how many people do you think left Rick and his company? Pause the video here and type your comment below. Or I guess you don't have to pause the video. Type your comment. How many people left? Just type 100% left, or what percentage. I just put a percentage in there. I don't care what you do. The net result, or the end result of this, is after he raised his prices, only 8 people left. And coincidentally, they were the 8 people that were the biggest pain in the fucking ass for Rick and his crew. The money worked out like this. His gross profit on the $4,000 a week, $4,000 comes in, gross profit, what the business got to keep, guys are paid, gas is paid, all that, was about 28%, or around $1,100 ish per week for all this hassle and these callbacks. And that was if there were no callbacks, people weren't bitching about shit, right? After he raised his prices, his gross profit raised. He had 92 people left at an average of 65. Instead of $1,100, he was putting $3,290, so right around $3,300. So he 3x'd his gross profit doing the same work. Okay? I applaud him for taking the step and raising it what he did. I wish he would have gone 100%. If he would have raised his prices 100% to $80, I don't believe that many more people would have left him. Okay? And even if 15, 20 people left, you do the math on your own, he would have been making more money. Okay? So guys, that's first thing. You got to get your mind right about raising your prices. If you've been adding value like a mofo, all right, then raise your damn prices if the math tells you to. Second thing, if you know you have to raise your prices, is simply do not defend the price increase. Just deliver the facts, okay? I know a lot of you guys do annual services, whether it's snow removal or grass cutting or pond cleaning or window washing contracts, whatever it might be. Okay, where it's that recurring annual service and you lock it in, okay? Simply send a message, an email, the contract. I'll just use one of my partners, Steve, massively profitable pond business. They do a shit ton of recurring maintenance, okay? He did this in his multi-million-dollar pool company a million years ago that, did, I don't even know what the fuck it did. It was tens of millions of dollars, whatever the hell it was, okay? They would send the contract and it would just go, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, your pricing for the upcoming season is, boom, done. Okay? Guys, that's it. Send it and move on. Don't fucking worry about it, okay? Because your head's right. Hopefully this makes sense. Oh, does it make sense to you? Yeah, I see you there. Yeah, I know. Okay, well, check this out. Get your fucking head out of your ass. Stop stealing from your family. Okay? Send the fucking price. They don't have a problem emailing you telling you your prices are too fucking much money. Why the hell do you have a problem sending a message when you got to raise your damn prices to feed your fucking family? One-off jobs. Maybe you're a house painter, whatever. You painted the exterior, 8 years ago, 2 years ago, or you painted a bedroom last week. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's a one-off job. And they go, wow, last time you were here, the price was only, $2,000 to paint my 75,000 square foot home, Tom. Don't defend. Present the facts. Here's a word track that we coach. Yeah, I know. I can't believe how cheap I was. I was literally about to go out of business and I saw the light. And I'm so grateful I did, because now I can take care of my family and my employees' families, and I'm not going to go bankrupt. And then shut your damn mouth. Okay? That's point 2. Just fucking do not defend it. Present the facts. Move on. Don't give any energy to it. Third thing you need to know if you're going to raise your prices on your existing client base, you guys, is you just got to move on. Like, just say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done, move on and prosper. Okay? Move on and prosper. You've got to remember that. This is your business. You set the prices. The customers don't set the damn prices. Okay? They think they do, but they don't. We set the prices. It's our company. We choose what we charge. We choose what we pay people. We choose what vendors we work with. We choose what zip codes we work in. This is your business. You choose these things. Start fucking acting like you're the boss. Okay? Quit being their little bitch. Make the decisions you need to make that are best for you and your business, and move on. That's what a leader does. So be the leader. Okay? Get your mind right. We talked about Rick. Second thing, don't defend. Just present the facts. Third thing is move on and prosper. Okay? Make the choices that the math is telling you. Do what the math tells you. Make the damn choices and move on. Don't get stuck in the damn mud over this shit. The right people will stay with you. The right people who respect what you do, they will continue to hire you. They will continue to refer you if you've been giving great value to them over time. Now, if you haven't been giving good value to people, okay, because I get a lot of shit for this on this channel, you guys, people like email, you're always talking about raising prices, you never talk about quality, you never talk about craftsmanship, you never talk about fuck you, okay? If you're one of those people, don't ever watch me again. Just go away. Please go away, because you're only hearing the shit you want to hear. Okay? Like, seriously. I have said from day one that it is our duty to be a total pro, deliver a great experience, add massive fucking value to people. Okay? And I can go on and on and on and on. The reason I talk about money so much is, what do you guys think? Most contractors aren't making enough damn money. So I pound the shit out of that topic. If you're not adding value, if you're not answering your damn telephone, if you can't use a comma properly in a fucking email, if you can't honor the commitments that you make to clients and you tell them, yeah, I'll meet you at Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and they don't hear you and you're a no-show, and I can go on and on and on. If you're leaving a mess, if you don't have a contract that actually spells out expectations, okay? If you're putting illegal people, pedophiles and shit like that in their home, YouTube will probably penalize me for using that word, okay? That's why I don't have more subscribers, by the way, is the language we use here. If you're not adding value in those ways to people, then you don't deserve to raise your prices no matter how good of a craftsman you are, okay? So keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching today. I appreciate you, those of you that have been longtime subscribers that have been like, where the fuck's the videos been this month, Tom? We pre-recorded a shit ton of them because I knew this was coming up, and then we ran out of them with our posting schedule. And so it's going to take a little while for us to just get back on this because I'm out of my normal element. And it's just a pain in the ass, to be honest, because I'm filming all day and traveling and all this other stuff. See, excuses, little violin, right? Oh, poor Tom. And it's not meant to be an excuse. I'm just giving you the fucking facts, right? And so I'm owning my shit. I didn't pre-record enough damn videos, and now I'm paying this is the consequences. We have too much time between videos. Okay, guys, it's just the truth. but I super appreciate you watching today. Please subscribe, okay? We have a shitload of people that watch this are not subscribers to this channel. Now, if you hate me, don't subscribe, that's cool. But if you find value here, subscribe and share with another contractor. We got some amazing stuff coming your way in 2021. My team and I, we've been hiring other coaches and people in our company to help us bring the message of bringing respect back to the trades to more and more contractors. And so every time you guys share this with someone, it helps somebody else out in their life big time. Okay, we get a lot of messages and shit. I'm super proud of this community. I really want to thank you guys for that. So subscribe if you haven't already done so, share. And I know we talked a little bit earlier here about getting your mind right about the money, and this whole thing is about should I raise my prices and blah, blah, blah. A lot of you don't know, right? You haven't tracked your numbers, you don't know your numbers. All right, I'm not going to beat you up today over that, right? Because your bank account's beating you up enough, and that sucks. So if you are not sure how much money you're making on projects or how much you should be charging and things like that, you really want to see the light, we have a free download for you. It's a job costing template, real easy to use, contractorfight.com/ or I don't know which way it is here, job costing / job costing. Download that thing, plug in your last project, hit the enter button, and it'll tell you if you made any damn money or not. You guys rock. I gotta roll. We'll see you next time.